My name's Ben Galton-Fenzi and I'm an employee of the Australian Antarctic Division, and I'm a leader of Theme 1 of the Gateway Program, focused on cryosphere and ocean interactions. So in Theme 1 we're focused on interactions between the Antarctic ice sheet and the oceans, specifically related to how future warming of the oceans will impact the mass budget of the Antarctic ice sheet and sea level rise. So we know that Antarctica is changing, we know that sea levels are rising. What we don't know, and what's one of the largest uncertainties in future projections of sea level rise, is how the ice sheet will respond into the future. So this project is really designed to help try to reduce some of those uncertainties. It will do that by learning more about the shape of the continent and more specifically how some of the ocean processes that bring heat from the deep ocean against the base of the ice and drive melting of the ice happen. About half of the mass that is lost from Antarctica happens through the melting at the bottom of the ice shelves. The other half, of course, is the carving of icebergs. And so what we are seeing now, though, is the increased melting of some of the glaciers in the West Antarctic region and some key areas in East Antarctica as well. Now, these regions are important because they feed into what's known as marine-based ice sheet. And so if there is a retreat of the grounding zone of these areas, then all of the ice that is currently grounded above sea level, if you like, can then start to discharge into the oceans, causing sea levels to rise. So this season we have a cruise that's heading down to two places in East Antarctica. One's called the Tottenham, one's called the Mertz. They're going to be deploying a glider technology that'll fly around under the water, collecting observations of the ocean. And we also have a program going to the Amory ice shelf this coming season that'll be deploying what's known as phase-sensitive radar onto the surface of the ice shelf. And that technology will help us learn more about what the basal melt rates are beneath the Amory. Well, so the Antarctic sea ice is this present season is the largest maximum extent on record. And that means, when the ship's trying to get down there as close to the continental ice as it possibly can, as close to the ice sheet as it possibly can, then it has to navigate through all the sea ice. And so, we're crossing our fingers and hoping that that's all going to move out before the ship gets there. So a key aspect of the work is going to be developing computer models that will allow us to simulate and better predict future scenarios of climate change and the impacts of those on the ice sheet. And these computer models are really state-of-the-art at the moment, but one of the key aspects that we're hoping to develop within the Gateway is to assimilate available observations as we get them. And again, in terms of looking at ocean-ice interactions, this will be some of the first time that this work would be done.